unlock this door with a key to imagination. Beyond it, another dimension. A dimension of sight. A dimension of sound. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a place of both substance and shadow, of things and ideas. You've just crossed into Uncle Ed's Variety Show. Greetings, folks. Many of you know me, but for those of you who don't, I'm Ed, the culmination of 40 years worth of pop culture as interpreted by me. Many characters gathered together in my head, presented for your entertainment. An interesting tidbit of information for you, the origins of the toast. It's ironic how the cheerful clinking of a friend's glass developed from such a dark practice. Back during the Middle Ages, when it wasn't above a person to poison somebody that they figured to be an enemy, it became a practice amongst drinkers to pour a little wine in each other's glass, thus becoming mutual tasters. Trustworthy friends, however, soon dispensed with this practice, merely clinking the edges of the glass together. This is one reason that explains why "To Your Health" happens to be the most popular toast worldwide. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My first guest is close to my heart. Born on July 3rd, 1943 in St. Louis, Missouri. Graduating class of 1961 in Valley High School, Santa Ana, California. And my mother. Welcome, Linda Radishich. All right, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to put up with all of it.
I'm real busy.
Yeah. How's retirement?
I'm loving it. Retirement is great. Of course, heaven's going to be better, but for right now, I like it.
Okay, let's get right to it. Tell me about armed robbery.
Well, 1969, or somewhere around that time, I did go to prison for 5 counts of armed robbery and 2 counts of attempted. What happened was, we were doing some LSD, and actually my husband, Mike, at the time, he had went off somewhere with some chick and left me with this group of people. And the guy said, "Hey, I know I'm going to get some money, but I need somebody to fix me up because I need my makeup done because, the guy at the store knows me." So I did the makeup for him, and actually I went in with him, and then we did another one, and so forth. Anyway, a few months later, I was in Texas, and I was traveling through there and got stopped for no physical means of support or vagrancy or whatever, because we only had like $6, me and a friend of mine. And so they found 2 Librium capsules in the car, and they were going to give me 2 to 10 in the Texas Penitentiary. And so I told the guy, I said, "Hey, wait. They want me in California. They want me in California for 5 counts of armed robbery." And he said, "Oh, yeah, sure." And I said, "Okay, well, get out your pencil and paper." So he did, and I told him the dates and the times and the destination and so forth. I didn't know the exact number, but I told this 7-Eleven here, that there, so forth. And the next day he called me down to his office and he said, "Girlie," he goes, "with a memory like yours, you're on the wrong side of the law." Anyway, I waived extradition and came back to California and went into the California penal system. After spending 90 days at CIW, they did an observation on me and said that I really wasn't a criminal, that because I'd never been in trouble, and that they recommended probation. So I went to court, and it was the longest second of my life when the judge hit the gravel and he said, 5 to life in the state of penitentiary. And then he said, suspended. And I said, "Oh, praise God." And so I did 5 years of perfect probation and got it off my back.
Which is exactly what suspended sentence means. It means if you serve your probation, you don't serve the time.
Correct.
Oh.
And so, it was mellow. I just, smoked a little pot, stayed away from crime, the basics.
And this was happening during the 80s?
No, this was 1969.
Okay, so the
70, 71, 72, and then, 73, I had another baby as I got remarried. And I think you know him.
Yeah, I think I know. So when it came down to it, what was it that pushed you to actually leave that next husband?
Jaybird?
Yeah.
Well, he was a bad drunk. He was a grouch, and he had a mean streak. Nobody in my family would even come visit me, but my brother Steve would. He had this sap he used to carry around, and people would come over and he'd slap him with that sap right on the leg, and when he was talking to him.
And that's a piece of leather with
a sap,
with lead in it,
cup
right?
sap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And no, most people didn't care for that. So my brother's a little bigger than him. So when my brother came around, he just slapped the sap on his hand. He never did slap his knee because my brother wouldn't have stood for it. So, but nobody else in my family ever came over anyway. It just got to be old, and I was the only one working, and then he was drinking. My last straw, I came home from work one morning. I got off at 9. I came home from work one morning, and I went. There he was in the doorway. The door was open. He was laying inside the house, and pissed his pants, and there was a big puddle of piss. He was just laying there, passed out. And I said, "This is the last straw. I can't have my son. I can't raise my son like this." So I called his PO, and I said, "You're gonna have to come and take him somewhere. I can't do it anymore." And that was it.
So you made the decision for family. Okay,
Yeah, and
that's
about a
honorable.
month later, or 2 months later, I had to sit down with him, and I said, "This is the way it's going to be." I gave him half the food out of the cabinet. I gave him the truck. I kept the car, and of course my motorcycle. And I went downtown. I paid a month's rent on a little cottage, and I go, "There you go, buddy. When the rent's up, it's on you."
That's the bungalow next to the park.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
I
so
remember
that was the beginning of that.
Now, I know you've been singing to me since I was a little baby, but when is it that you first started singing?
Well, when I was a little kid, I don't know. I think I got my first guitar when I was maybe 6 or so, because I had a little toy one, and I don't know, 3rd grade, whatever. Maybe I was 8. I don't know. 3rd grade. Anyway, Bill Denning, my stepdad, he bought me a guitar, and then we used to go around to different places, and he'd take me around singing. And I had a little fringe skirt, a little vest, a little western, and a little hat, little 6 guns, and
A cowgirl get up.
and I would get up and sing, "Hey, good looking, what you got cooking?" and stuff like that. And that's how it started.
Now, finally, I would like to ask, would you sing a song for us?
Sure.
Oh, is there
yeah.
any song in particular you'd like to sing?
Well, I'll tell you what. A real good friend of mine, Jeanette Ellis,
Okay.
she has requested that I record Grandpa by the Judds,
Oh.
and she has been asking me for that ever since her son died, which I went with for quite a while.
Okay.
And if I could do that, I would like to get her a copy.
All right, then. Stay tuned for Grandpa, performed by Linda Radishich, dedicated to Jeanette Ellis in the memory of her son, Mike. Congratulations, Jeanette, on the Jeanette Ellis Center for Child Development.
Tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Take me back to yesterday, with a line between right and wrong. Didn't seem so did lovers really fall in love to stay? Stand beside each other cold. Was promise really something people care? Something they would say. Family's really about the heads to pay. Daddy's really never told. Tell lovers really fall in love instead. Stand beside each other and hold your hand. Promise really sounds and keep on ahead. Like it's something they would say and then forget. And families really bow their heads to prayer. And daddies really never go away. Whoa, whoa, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Whoa, whoa, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Families really bow their heads to prayer, and daddies really never go.
Wow, awesome! I have goosebumps. Ooh. Now, public, it's time for a little segment I call Tour de Hemet Valley. All right, folks, it's time for the Tour de Hemet Valley. When it comes to something to do, my son and I, we like to take a little trip up to Idlewild, and on the way, we stop at the Minor Zoo. It's a private collection of animals here that includes zebras, goats, lots of squirrels, and even some bovine and some regular farmyard critters. During the holidays, you'll find a nativity scene here featuring the live animals, and it's clearly marked, do not feed the animals, and the animals are on private property, so keep your hands off the animals. What we like to do is we like to stop by and say hi. Next, we're headed up the hill to Idlewild, where we're going to stop and take a little walk, and then it's off to the Rustic Theater to see the Lone Ranger. So here we are on the top of Idlewild at the Rustic Theater, ready to enjoy the Lone Ranger. Our tour to Hemet Valley for this week, and join us next time. Well, that's the show, people, and I'd like to close by telling you to be selfish. And to truly be selfish, you must be selfless. It's your life. Go live it.